When Pete Grymkowski came calling, Joe Weider wasn't the conqueror, but he was still standing at the final bell. For a small fee, fitness magnate Joe Weider, who once christened himself Tiger Rough Joe, offered lessons on building a marine tough body and conquering fear itself. Neither of Joe's two run-ins with Pete Grymkowski ended in glory, but both showed his capacity to absorb street justice and still walk away. In 1979, Weider magazines were a financial lifeline for Pete Grymkowski, by that time a co-owner of Gold's Gym. Through their pages, Pete sold protein powder, training courses, and Gold's Gym apparel. Those modest ads in the back were anything but minor. They generated nearly half of Gold's Gym's revenue that year. Tank tops and T-shirts went for $8, plus $1 shipping, each costing only $2.50 to produce. Then, without warning, the ads vanished. For Pete, it was more than lost income. It was a direct threat to his business. He stormed into the Weider offices to confront Joe himself. His words didn't move Joe, and when diplomacy failed, Pete's temper exploded. Grabbing a tire iron, he smashed Joe Weider's Lincoln Town car, sending a message that he wouldn't be brushed aside. Why the ads disappeared remained speculation. Some believed Weider saw Gold's Gym as unwelcome competition. Others suspected Arnold, through his close ties to Weider, was leveraging the situation to pressure Gold's into ending the lawsuit left behind by former owner Ken Sprague, filed after Arnold had mocked Gold's Gym on national television, calling World Gym a penthouse and Gold's an outhouse. Whatever the motive, Pete's fury didn't fix the problem. The standoff eventually eased through the involvement of Gold's co-owner Ed Connors. When Ed introduced himself to Joe as an architect, Joe seized the chance to solve his own problem, troubles with remodeling his Hancock Park home. A quid pro quo was struck. Ed would help with the renovation, and the Gold's ads would quietly return. That handshake arrangement opened the door to a professional relationship that lasted until Joe's death in 2013. In the end, Pete's fire brought the conflict to a head, but it was Ed's pragmatism that kept Gold's and Weider aligned. Joe's Tiger Rough may have been more carnival barker than black belt, but the spirit of survival he preached was real enough. Pete had his own version. When diplomacy failed, he endured by sheer force of will, even if it meant wielding a tire iron. Another clash, remembered by former Gold's Gym owner Ken Sprague, unfolded in the locker room of Gold's 2nd Street location. Pete was after Joe Weider for $50. Joe owed him for tagging Pete's name onto an article. With a few others looking on, Pete's patience snapped. In a sudden burst of fury, he grabbed Joe and hurled him against the wall, leaving a deep crater in the drywall. Sprague, never one to miss a chance to needle Joe, later circled the dent, drew an arrow, and wrote, "Joe Weider's head was here." Both encounters could have escalated further, had Joe not wisely restrained his self-anointed martial arts expertise, a discipline he never let anyone witness but had claimed to possess in abundance.